open the program, let us have our invocation, starting off with the opening prayer, followed by the national anthem.
Dear Lord, praise and worship you today. You are exalted in our midst. We ask for forgiveness for every sin we have done. Have mercy on us, our Father. As we start our program today, let your guidance and protection be upon us. Send your Spirit to us and give us wisdom. We thank you for all the blessings we have received. We also thank you for the lives of the people in this place. Be glorified in everything we do. In your name we pray. Amen.
Welcome to each and everyone. Thank you for being with us today in this webinar entitled Accounting Cycle Part 1 Using Perpetual Inventory System. It gives me immense, vast, great pleasure to praise all of your presence attended to this webinar. This, this session will serve as an enlightening one as we learn about the accounting cycle part 1. Of course, we all know that we need an event like this one to move us forward and stay ahead. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you who sincerely committed to this event to make it a success. This event would have been impossible without the support of each and every one present here. Thank you guys. You are here with us because you want to learn new things and the next few hours you will. Hopefully, this will help arm you with necessary knowledge you can apply in the near future. Good evening and welcome to this webinar. We are glad to be with you. So now, without much further ado, we will turn the time over to our first speaker, Ms. Lyra M. Santoya, to discuss the accounting cycle, introduction, and inventory system. So good evening everyone. My name is Lyra May M. Santuya. I'm gonna introduce you to accounting cycle part 1 using perpetual inventory system. So in merchandising type of business, the primary source of this business is selling and buying of goods. There are two systems available to merchandising entities to record events related to merchandise inventory. First is the perpetual inventory system, and the second one is the periodic inventory system. So as for today, we will discuss the perpetual inventory system. The perpetual inventory system, the inventory account, is continuously updated that allows business to keep a real-time account of inventory on hand. It is alternative to periodic inventory. Mostly, large businesses use this kind of system, such as jewelry shops and electronic shops. So what are the advantages of perpetual inventory system? So the first advantage is that it prevents knockout. The second advantage is that it gives business owners a more accurate understanding of customers' preference. The third advantage is that it allows business owners to centralize the inventory management system. And lastly, it provides greater accuracy due to each inventory item being recorded in a separate ledger, which we will be shown in the next speaker. So in the perpetual inventory system, when we purchase inventory, we record using the inventory account. At the time of sale, we record the sales and record the cost of sales. At the end of the period, there is no additional entry. So the accounts used related to inventory accounts are the following. So in a perpetual system, when we purchase a goods, we use inventory account, which is an asset account. Then we freight cost on goods purchased, which is a transportation cost, and it is an inventoriable cost, which will be recorded on inventory. So we still use inventory account, which is an asset account. Using perpetual system, when we return a goods to supplier, we still use inventory account. When we purchase discount, we still use inventory account. Then we record of sales, then we use cost of goods sold. At the end of the period, in perpetual system, there is no additional entry related to cost of goods sold. So accounting cycle. The accounting cycle is a collective process of identifying, analyzing, and recording the accounting events of a company. This cycle is repeated each period. The process begins when a transaction occurs and ends with the inclusion in the financial statements. So here are the steps in the accounting cycle. The first step is the identification of events to be recorded. Step 2, transactions are recorded in the journal. Step 3, journal entries are posted in the ledger. Step 4, preparation of a trial balance. Step 5, preparation of the worksheet including the adjusting entries. Step 6, preparation of the financial statements. Step 7, adjusting journal entries are journalized and posted. Step 8, closing journal entries are journalized and posted. Step 9, preparation of a post-closing trial balance. And lastly, reversing journal entries are journalized and posted. So as of today, Today, we will focus on step 1 until step 4. So here is Miss Jolly Sass to explain further. Thank you, Ms. Lyra Santoya. I'm Jolly Mary Grace Isas, and I'm going to report and discuss about journalizing. So, without further ado, let's move on to our comprehensive problem. On December 1, 2021, Body Company had the following account balances: debit, cash 7,200, accounts receivable 4,600, inventory 12,000, supplies 1,200, equipment 22,000, credit accumulated depreciation equipment 2,200, accounts payable 4,500, salaries and wages payable 1,000, share capital ordinary 30,000, written earnings 9,300 with a total of 47,000. During December, the company completed the following transactions. December 6, paid 1,600 for salaries and wages to employees, of which 600 is for December and 1,000 is for November salaries and wages payable. December 8, received 2,100 cash from customers in payment of account. No discount is allowed. On December 10, sold merchandise for cash 6,600. The cost of the merchandise sold was 4,100. On December 13, purchased merchandise on account from Yes Corporation amounting 9,000, terms 210 and 30, which means 2% discount within 10 days. Kung wala na, wala J discount. On December 15, purchased supplies for cash 2,000. December 18, sold merchandise on account amounting to 12,000, terms 310 and 30. The cost of the merchandise sold was 8,400. On December 20, paid salaries and wages 1,800. And on December 23, paid Yes Corporation in full, less discount. And on December 27, received collections in full, less discount from customers billed on December 18. Instructions or requirement: journalize the December transaction using a perpetual inventory system. And number 2, prepare a trial balance. But before that, let me define first what is journalizing. So journalizing is the process of recording transactions in the journal after it has been recognized and insured. In journalizing transactions, a double entry system is used. In this case, two or more accounts are affected by each transaction. It follows that for every debit, there is a corresponding credit to be made.
The total debit should equal total credits in every transactions. In this way, it maintains the equality of the account distribution. So let's proceed to journalizing. So December 6, paid 1,600 for salaries and wages to employees, of which 600 is for December and 1,000 is for November salaries and wages payable. So debit salaries and wages expense 600. Salaries and wages payable 1,000 and credit cash 1,600. Nag-debit ka o salaries and wages expense kay mo ulit si Jack yung mayroon din ang tawag naman, which is December. And then, nag-debit ka salaries and wages payable in order to show the accrued salaries and wages payable for the month of November. Kaya wag man nato sila na bayan pagkalas month. And then, nag-credit ka cash and nagbayad mo na full cash, which means it is asset. So, ang hindi ka mag-ibo, natin tayo it is important to know the rules for debit and credit. So,
Receivable 2,100. Na-debit na cash kay imo man ang i-receive. So it means increase sa imong asset. And then nag-credit na accounts receivable kay may money collectibles. Which means decrease in asset na siya. Mo nang ato sang
and then December 10,
And then December 10, Sold merchandise for cash 6,600. The cost of the merchandise sold was 4,100. So 4,100 na siya. Pero imo man siya gibalik siya kay by answer man gibalik kay ngani. So mo mark up jud ka. So 4,100 imo gibalik siya sa 6,600. Mo nang na. So ang akong journal ani is debit tag cash 6,600 and credit tag sales revenue 6,600. And then mag-debit po tag cost of goods sold 4,100 and then credit of inventory 4,100. So nag-debit tag cash kay nagbaligya mo ka, debit cash kay ang body company, nagbaligya sila merchandise or items. So mo receive ka og cash, mo receive og cash ang company in return sa items which directly increase sa ilang asset. Then sales revenue nag-credit ta kay may increase man po ang iyang income tungkol sa pagbaligya. Di ba ang income kay credit mo siya? So ang cost of goods sold nag-debit po ta kay ang cost of goods sold represents expenses directly incurred when a transaction takes place. It is a business expenses directly tied to the production and sale of a company's goods and services. And then, nagkuan tag inventory creditor hindi kay mo decrease man imong assets kay nakuha na siya kay nagbaligya man lang ka. And then, December 13, purchase merchandise on account from Yes Corporation amounting 9,000 terms to 10 and 30. So, debit tag inventory, 9,000. Credit accounts payable, 9,000. So, inventory debit, kay mo increase ang imong asset because of purchasing merchandise. And then, credit accounts payable, kay nin-increase ang imong liabilities. Kaya yung account man, dili man siya ng cash ba dyan. So, if body company pays its obligation within 10 days, maka-acquire ang company of 2% discount. That's all for my report, and I give the floor to the next reporter, which Ms. Sandra M. Sanyosa, for the continuation of journal entries. Okay, good evening everyone. My name is Sandra M. Sanyosa. I will be discussing the continuation of journal entry of the body company December 15 to December 27 transaction. So on December 15, body company purchased supplies for cash 2,000. So what would be the journal entry for this? Okay. So since we purchase supplies for cash 2,000, so since we purchase na sa supplies, we debit supplies 2,000 and credit cash 2,000 kay nabalik siya man ang ihatag matag cash. So muna credit cash. Next, on December 11, sold merchandise on account amounting to 12,000 turns 310 and 30. The cost of the merchandise sold was 8,400. So take note about the turns 310 and 30. It means that 3% discount within 10 days. O wala pa sa ganyan siya 10 days, wala na siya yung discount. So the journal entry for this one is account receivable 12,000, sales revenue 12,000 credit, and cost of goods sold 8,400 debit, and inventory 8,400 credit. So i-debit nato ang account receivable because it was sold merchandise on account amounting to 12,000, right? So the account receivable is 12,000. Then may iba naman ang atong the account receivable is 12,000 kay on account na siya. So ang atong account receivable mo mudaghan ang atong collectibles. So debit nato account receivable. Then of course credit sales revenue. So the cost of merchandise sold was 8,400. So since cost of goods sold is an expense, so we need to debit cost of goods sold 8,400 and of course credit inventory 8,400. Next, December December 20, paid salaries and wages, 1/8. So, salaries and wages, this is an expense, so we need to debit salaries and wages expense, 1/8, and debit cash, 1/8, because credit ta sa cash, kay nibayad man ta of salaries and wages. Manang credit ang atong cash and debit ang atong salaries, wages, and expense.
Next, December 23
Next,
paid yes
December
go and
23
full less
paid
discount.
YesCo and full less discount. So this transaction refers to December 13, in which Miss Sass discussed. So napunta nga to sa December 13 that
Body company
purchased
purchased
merchandise on account from YesCo 9,000 terms, 210 and 30. So the terms is actually 2% discount kung ibayad sa job within 10 days. Kung nilabas na, wala na siya discount. So the journal entry for this is
So 12,000
so 12,000 lang to, no? I think, sorry. December 23 pa ba to? Okay, December 23, I'm sorry guys. So, the journal entry for December 23 is accounts payable 9,000. Diba? Niya to sa December 13, nga ni-purchase ang merchandise on account from YesCo 9,000. So, nag-purchase ta o ka ng merchandise sa YesCo on account. So, moto accounts payable man to. So, since kaya nibayad naman ta pagka 23, full payment pagka December 23, so we need to debit accounts payable to disclose the accounts payable incurred on December 13. Kaya pagka December 13, at debit ang accounts payable, i-credit ang accounts payable. Kung kaya nibayad naman ta, ato na sa Jackie, debit to disclose the December 13 accounts payable incurred. Then, credit the inventory 180, monis, ano naman siya sa next? So, inventory 180 and credit cash 8,820. So, di na ta how inventory nga 180. So, di na to na nakuha sa katulong terms nga 210 and 30. So, since December 13 pa man to minsan nakuhaan, wala pa man sa niabot of 10, wala pa siya nilapas of 10, so nakakuhaan niya pa siya sa 2% discount. So, 9,000 less sa discount nga 2%, which is 180. Muna to sa, which one is, so the total is 8,820. Muna to sa ang mabayad nga cash. Unang accounts payable 9,000, then ang debit, then credit inventory 180, and cash 8,820. So that would be the journal entry for December 23.
Next,
Next, on December 27, we see collections in full, less discount from customers billed on December 18. So, this transaction also refers to the December 18. So, di ba, on December 18, ito ibalik ang slides. On December 18, sold merchandise on account amounting to 12,000 times 310 and 30. So, take note about the 310 and N30. So, accounts receivable man na. Ang YesCo, nibayad na.
Okay. So since
Okay, so since ibayad naman, receive na to, collection in full, and less counts from customers billed on December 18, ibayad naman na to. So, kakuha ta og cash. Cash, then sales discount, kay nakabayad na sila, wala pa ang katong terms, katong blood 2% discount. Unang, labas sa of 360 ka, ang 12,000, ang discount sa 12,000 is 360. So, i-credit na the account receivable to disclose the accounts receivable on December 18 na na-incurred at the time. So, muna, ang journal entry for December 27, cash 11,640 debit, sales discount 360 debit, and credit accounts receivable 12,000. So that would be all for the journal entry for the body of transactions from December as of December 27 transaction. Thank you. our next topic, our next discussion. Okay pa ba mo na? Okay, we're gonna me today. So before we proceed to our next discussion, we will have our icebreaker be prepared for you.
So I hope
And
that
so I
everyone will
hope that
participate in
everyone
this
will
game
participate
because
in this game
dami mga prize
because
nga kuan
dami
dito
mga
guys,
prize
sa mga
nga
nadaog.
kuan dito guys sa mga nadaog ng
Okay, for the mechanics,
Okay, for
our
the
game is
mechanics,
called the
our
Guess the
game is
Lyrics of the
called the
Song. So
Guess
the
the
mechanics,
Lyrics of the
in
Song.
this
So
game,
the
you just need
mechanics
to guess
in
the
this
lyrics of
game,
the
you just
song,
need
and
to
you
guess
have
the
5
lyrics of the
seconds to
song
answer
and you
that.
have 5 seconds to
Okay?
answer
Good
that.
luck.
Okay? Good luck.
Um,
Um,
can I request everyone to
can I request everyone
please
to
comment, I mean,
please comment,
type in the chat box below
type in the
the
chat box
answers
below
kung sa
the
inyong nag-guess
answers
about
kung sa inyong
sa akong
nag-guess
mga
about
game,
the
sa akong game.
about sa mga game sa atong game.
So for song number one,
So for song number one,
okay? Your time
okay?
starts now.
Your time
Five,
starts now.
four,
Five,
three,
four,
two,
three,
one.
two, one.
Wait, not a technical error.
Wait, not a technical error.
Okay.
Sorry
So
guys.
the correct
Okay,
answer is
so the correct answer is
wait lang guys, not a
wait
technical
lang guys,
error.
ganun tayo technical error. Ay, hindi na yung signal.
Okay guys,
Okay guys,
we have a bad news.
we have a bad news.
Microsoft
Microsoft Word is not responding, so please wait for a second. Sangat sulit yung technical problem. Alright, balik na to. Song number one. Three, two, one. Alright.
So we will announce the winner.
So we will announce the winner. Hindi ko manali nga. Okay.
Wanna be a billionaire, so fucking bad. Buy all of the things I never had. I wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine, smiling next to Oprah and smiling next to Oprah and the Queen. You know what I got now, but I do now. I got
Song number 7. If one infectious take me to make it a lifetime. As for me, there's only one. Five, four, three, two, one. Remind everyone that we will announce the winner for this game after this.
For our last song,
For our last song, nagkakita na ko pinsay makadaog road. Cheers. game.
So
So
the first winner is
the first
Mr.
winner
Alfredo
is
Capel.
Mr. Alfredo Capel.
Congratulations. Second
Congratulations.
winner we have
Second
Mr.
winner
Gerald
we have
Lastra.
Mr. Gerald
Congratulations, Mr.
Lastra.
Gerald.
Congratulations, Mr.
And
Gerald.
then
And then
Miss or Mr.
Miss or
Jason
Mr.
Daniel.
Jason
Daniel.
Daniel Damel
Dances.
Dances.
Next we have Mr.
Next we
Vince
have
Francis
Mr.
Morelia.
Vince Francis
Congratulations.
Morelia.
Mr.
Congratulations.
Gerald Lastra.
Mr. Gerald
Congratulations.
Lastra.
Miss Maria
Congratulations.
Elizabeth
Miss Maria Elizabeth
Lampa. Congratulations.
Lampa.
Miss Vivian
Congratulations.
Salaris.
Miss Vivian
Congratulations.
Salaris.
And Mr.
Congratulations. And
Kirsten Bell
Mr.
Mastignon.
Kirsten
Yay!
Well Mosquito.
Congratulations,
Yay!
guys. So,
Congratulations,
for
guys.
your
So,
reward,
for your reward,
it will be
it
10
will be
pesos
10
load
pesos
each.
load
So,
each.
kung na with
So,
Gcash,
now
just
with Gcash, just
comment it in the chat box
comment it
below
in the chat
kay
box
Random lang
below
ako
kay
fund
random lang ang
para sa
fund
YouTube
para sa
or
YouTube channel
load
para
na
sa
yan.
load
Okay, thank
content.
you for participating,
Okay,
guys.
thank you for participating, guys.
So, coordinate lang tayo
So,
sa
coordinate na lang tayo
inyong
sa inyong mga mayor dyan sa katulong natawag ng mga winner or coordinate sa inyong mayors para makakabawi ang pizza to.
after
Okay,
this
thank you. After this webinar.
Alright.
Alright, I hope everyone is still here. Now let's proceed to the discussion of ledger by our next speaker, Ms. Jonas Santoya.
Hello, good evening everyone. I am Joanna O. Santoya, the fourth speaker for tonight's webinar, and I will discuss to you about the ledger. After journal entries are made, the next step in accounting cycle is to post the journal entries into the ledger. Posting refers to the process of transferring entries in the journal into the accounts in the ledger. Posting to the ledger is the classifying phase of accounting. It is an essential task as it summarizes all transactions related to that account at one place. A ledger, also known as the second book of entry, is a record-keeping system that records all of a company's classified financial data. In other words, it is the collection of all accounts of a business enterprise. The accounts kept in the ledger are sometimes termed ledger accounts. It is comprised of all the individual accounts needed to record the assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, expense, gain, and loss transactions of a business. A ledger contains summarized information from the journal and is recorded as debits and credits. Every transaction recorded within it contains a debit and credit entry, so that the total of all debit balances in the general ledger should always match the total of all credit balances. The ledger is used to prepare financial statements and contains a list of all the accounts, referred to as the chart of accounts. It is the most important book of accounting, as it helps in the creation of trial balance, which then acts as a base for the preparation of financial statements. The process of posting journal entries to ledger accounts is very simple. No new information is needed to prepare their ledger accounts. The information that has already been recorded in the journal is just transferred to the relevant ledger accounts in the general ledger. So in here we have cash, name, description, debit, credit, and balance. So for December 1, beginning balance, we have 7,200. For December 6, paid salaries and wages, so we have 1,600. So atong minus ang less ang 7,200 ug ang 1,600. So we have 5,600. For December 8, cash received from customer for payment of an account. We have 2,100. So atong i-add ang 5,600.
Guys, ito zero ang balance isa. So, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ron. So with that, we will go ahead and take some time for questions. Our dear audience, your questions will now be entertained by our speakers. Please unmute your microphone if you have some question or type it in the chat box. Again, our dear audience, your question will now be entertained by the speakers. Please unmute your microphone if you have some question or type it in the chat box. Wala na may question, guys. Pwede na I'm on mute sa inyong speakers. Medyo magkaawa. Hello? Are you still there? So since wala naman trading type of question or wala ning unmute silang microphone para mag-ask a question, we will end this session. So, thank you everyone for attending today's webinar, Accounting Cycle Part 1, Using Perpetual Inventory System. And if you have any other question, please contact us at 09700-569-181. And once you leave today's webinar, you will receive a survey on a presentation, and we would appreciate if you would complete that and provide your feedback. You will receive a follow-up email within 24 hours with a link to file a recording of today's webinar. Thank you guys, and on behalf of our presenters, thank you for joining us today and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thankful